Do your legs feel heavy, cold, or with that uncomfortable tingling at the end of the day that won't let you relax? Do you rest, yet the tired feeling in your legs never really goes away? If this sounds familiar, stay with me, because today I'm going to explain what's happening in your body and, most importantly, how you can start supporting your circulation with something simple and accessible to everyone. As a physician, I'm Dr. Gabriel Mina, and for many years I've worked closely with people, especially those in their 50s and 60s, who come to my office exhausted and frustrated. They've tried expensive creams, complicated treatments, and medications that promise fast relief but often bring more side effects than real benefits, all in the hope of easing poor circulation in the legs. Welcome to my channel. Here we talk about holistic health, longevity, and natural, easy habits that help you maintain physical, mental, and emotional balance. Take note and share this information with your family and friends so they can improve their health as well. We upload new videos every day, so subscribe and activate notifications to stay up to date. Before we continue, if you find this content valuable, a simple gesture like liking or sharing the video helps this message reach more people who truly need it. Thank you from the heart for being here and for taking care of your health. Now let's get into the topic. I clearly remember a patient, Mr. Carlos, 62 years old, who told me, "Doctor, my legs feel like I'm carrying extra weight all day long." He had spent a lot of money searching for solutions and had almost resigned himself to living with that constant discomfort. Stories like his are far more common than you might think. But let me tell you something important. You don't have to settle for this, and no, it's not simply an unavoidable part of aging. What if I told you that one of the great allies for supporting circulation might be sitting in your kitchen right now, stored in a small jar, inexpensive, and used for centuries? A simple ingredient, yet a powerful one. In the next few minutes, I'm not only going to tell you what this well-known red powder is that so many people are talking about, but I'll also explain clearly how to use it correctly and responsibly. Step by step, so you can begin to notice a better feeling in your legs, even if you thought there was nothing left to try. This is practical information your body can truly appreciate. Before we talk about the solution, it's essential to understand the problem. Poor circulation in the legs isn't just a temporary annoyance. It's a signal your body sends you, a silent warning that, if ignored for too long, can become much more serious. After the age of 50, many people begin to normalize symptoms that should not be accepted as normal. Let's talk clearly about those signs. The most common one is a feeling of heaviness. Walking feels harder, as if something were tied around your ankles. Climbing stairs, which used to be easy, now feels more tiring than expected. At the end of the day, all you want is to sit or lie down and raise your legs, looking for relief that often doesn't fully arrive. Then there's cold feet. You may have noticed that even in a warm environment or when well covered, your feet still feel cold. Someone close to you may have even mentioned it when touching them. This isn't a coincidence. It's a clear sign that blood isn't reaching the farthest areas from the heart with enough strength. The feet are the final stop in blood circulation. When blood flow is weak, they're the first to show it. Add to this tingling and numbness. That pins and needles sensation that once appeared only if you sat awkwardly, but now shows up without any clear reason, even while walking. It's as if your legs fall asleep on their own. This tells us that the nerves aren't receiving the blood supply they need to function properly. It's your body asking for help. There are also visible signs. The skin on your legs may look paler or slightly bluish, especially around the toes, indicating reduced oxygen delivery. Over time, the skin can become drier and more fragile. Hair on the legs may thin or disappear, and nails become weaker and grow more slowly. One of the symptoms that worries many of my patients the most is nighttime leg cramps. Intense pain in the calves that wakes you up in the middle of the night, with the muscle tight and rigid. This happens because blood isn't effectively clearing waste products that build up in the muscles. Swelling is another common issue. Ankles and feet become puffy throughout the day. Socks leave deep marks, and shoes that felt comfortable in the morning feel too tight by afternoon. This happens because a weakened circulatory system struggles to return fluids properly to the bloodstream, causing them to pool in the lower parts of the body. Recognizing these signs isn't meant to scare you, but to raise awareness. Each symptom is a piece of the puzzle. Your circulation is asking for attention. Ignoring these signs is like driving with a warning light on your dashboard. You may keep going for a while, but the problem doesn't disappear, it gets worse. So why does all this happen? It's not bad luck or a punishment of aging. These are physical changes inside the blood vessels. Imagine your circulatory system as a network of roads. The heart is the main pump. Arteries carry oxygen-rich blood outward. Veins bring used blood back to the heart to be renewed. One of the most common issues is the hardening and narrowing of the arteries due to the buildup of substances like cholesterol and fats. This reduces the space available for blood to flow, especially in the legs. When this happens, circulation decreases, less oxygen reaches the tissues, and pain, coldness, and weakness appear when walking. On the other hand, the venous system must carry blood back upward against gravity. Over the years and with a sedentary lifestyle, the valves in the veins can weaken. Blood pools, pressure increases, and varicose veins, swelling, and heaviness develop. Factors such as smoking, diabetes, high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, and lack of movement speed up these problems. I'm not sharing this to alarm you, but to help you understand that poor circulation isn't just a cosmetic issue. It's a condition that progresses if left unaddressed. The good news is that once you understand the problem, you're ready to learn about the solution. And this is where nature offers us valuable support. A simple, affordable, and powerful resource that many people already have at home without realizing its full potential. If you're finding this information helpful, I invite you now to subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone you know who also struggles with tired legs or poor circulation. Together, we can help more people feel better and make more informed choices about their health. In the next segment, I'll explain clearly what this red powder is, why it works, and what science says about it. I'll be waiting for you so we can continue moving forward together on this path of care and well-being. If your legs feel heavy, cold, or constantly tired, today I want to show you how a simple and properly used resource can help improve circulation in your legs and support the health of your arteries in a practical, mindful way. I'm speaking to you from my experience as a physician. I'm Dr. Gabriel Mina, and I must admit that early in my career I was quite skeptical of this type of approach. In medical school, we're trained to think in terms of complex medications and advanced procedures, so the idea that a common spice could create real change seemed exaggerated. However, over time, clinical experience and scientific evidence proved otherwise. I've seen this shift many times in my practice. I remember a patient in his early 60s who came in concerned because his legs always felt cold and tired when walking. He couldn't stand for long without feeling heaviness. By introducing small changes into his routine, including the proper use of the ingredient we're discussing today, he began to notice clear improvement within a few weeks. That experience confirmed for me that when used correctly, these natural tools can truly make a difference. The true value of cayenne pepper lies in its main active compound, capsaicin. It is the substance responsible for the spicy heat you feel when you consume it, but its effects go far beyond that sensation. Capsaicin acts as a powerful natural agent that directly influences circulation. Let me explain it to you in a simple way. Imagine your arteries as roads through which blood flows. Over time, these pathways can become narrowed and hardened, making it harder for blood to circulate normally. Capsaicin works like a specialized maintenance crew that arrives to clear those roads. When you consume it, specific receptors in the walls of your blood vessels are activated. When these receptors are stimulated, they send a signal to the muscles surrounding the arteries to relax. The result is that the vessels widen and dilate, allowing blood to flow more easily. It's like reopening all the lanes on a congested highway. Blood flow increases and reaches the legs with greater strength. That's why many people notice, shortly after, a pleasant sensation of warmth in their feet or hands. This isn't something negative. On the contrary, it's a clear sign that blood is reaching areas where it previously had difficulty flowing. In addition, capsaicin stimulates the production of nitric oxide, a molecule that is essential for cardiovascular health. Nitric oxide helps keep the arteries relaxed and flexible, which is key for balanced blood pressure and more efficient circulation. This effect not only provides immediate relief, but also supports long-term circulatory health. Added to this is its anti-inflammatory action. Remember that plaque formation in the arteries is closely linked to inflammatory processes. Reducing inflammation helps slow the progression of the problem. Capsaicin also acts as an antioxidant, protecting the arteries from damage caused by free radicals, those substances that encourage cholesterol to stick to vessel walls. Some studies even suggest that it may help improve blood fluidity, reducing the tendency of platelets to clump together and form clots. In summary, this food works on several fronts at the same time. It promotes arterial dilation, supports nitric oxide production, combats inflammation, protects against oxidative damage, and helps improve blood flow. We're not talking about miracles, but about how nature works in harmony with the body when it's used with knowledge and care. If you find this type of information helpful, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and share this video with someone who may also be dealing with tired legs or poor circulation. Sometimes a small gesture can make a big difference for someone else. The best part is that this tool is within everyone's reach. Now I want to show you how to use it correctly, because how you use it is just as important as what it is and why it works. Let's go step by step, as if we were together in the kitchen. First, the quality of the product. Not all cayenne peppers are the same. Look for a powder with a deep red color and a fresh, spicy aroma. Avoid those that look dull, brownish, or clumped together, as they are usually old and have lost their potency. If you can choose an organic option, even better. Make sure the label clearly says cayenne pepper or chili powder, not a spice blend. The second point is the starting dose, and this is where I want you to pay close attention. We always begin with a pinch, a very small amount taken between your thumb and index finger. It's less than 1/8 of a teaspoon. This allows your digestive system to adapt without discomfort. Going too fast or using too much can cause burning or an uncomfortable heat sensation. The key is to move slowly and listen to your body. The third step is preparing the morning circulation tonic. The simplest and most effective way is to take it in a warm drink in the morning. Heat a glass of water without letting it boil. Add the juice of half a fresh lemon, which helps soften the spiciness and provides vitamin C. Add your pinch of cayenne pepper, stir well, and drink it, if possible, on an empty stomach a few minutes before breakfast. It's normal to notice a mild warming sensation that moves through your body and reaches your hands and feet shortly afterward. This sensation usually decreases over time as your body becomes accustomed to it. During the first week, take this tonic once a day. If you feel well, you can increase the amount very slightly, always gradually. This is not about using large doses, but about finding the amount that works best for you. You can also add it to meals, soups, stews, or teas, although the effect will be a bit slower. Capsaicin capsules do exist, but when using them you lose that natural heat signal that tells you how your body is responding. As a physician, I always need to remind you of something important. This information is educational and does not replace the advice of your trusted doctor. If you have significant digestive issues or take blood-thinning medications, it's essential to consult your doctor before using it regularly. In the next section, we'll continue to explore this topic so you have all the information you need and can take care of your circulation with confidence and common sense. If you're still dealing with heavy legs, cramps, swelling, or that persistent tired feeling, it's essential to know how to use this natural resource correctly to improve your circulation without putting yourself at risk. Today we're closing this topic by clearing up important questions and giving you a complete perspective so you can apply it safely and wisely. As I explained earlier, capsaicin has a mild blood-thinning effect. For that reason, if you take medications to thin the blood, combining them without supervision can increase the risk of bleeding. In these cases, talking to your doctor is not optional, it's essential. I always emphasize this to my patients. I remember one patient, 65 years old, who was taking anticoagulants and wanted to start on his own. We carefully adjusted everything together and avoided unnecessary problems. That timely conversation made all the difference. You should also be cautious if you have high blood pressure that is not well controlled. Although capsaicin may support better blood pressure in the long term, in some people it can cause a brief initial rise. If this applies to you, don't experiment on your own. Before and after surgery, The safest approach is to stop using it at least 2 weeks beforehand and resume only when your surgeon approves it. For pregnant or breastfeeding women, since there aren't enough studies on its safety, it's best to avoid it. Now I'll answer some of the questions I'm asked most often. Can it irritate the stomach? When you start with the pinch rule and increase slowly, most people don't experience discomfort. In fact, when used moderately and over time, some studies suggest it may even help protect the stomach lining. Problems usually arise when someone starts with doses that are too high. When will you notice the benefits? The warming sensation is often felt almost immediately. As for deeper improvements, such as reduced heaviness or fewer cramps, many of my patients notice clear changes between the 2nd and 4th week. Consistency is the key. Can it be used in creams? Yes, there are capsaicin creams that act locally and can help relieve specific areas. Still, oral use has a more global effect, benefiting the entire circulatory system. If you use a cream, always test it first on a small area of skin. Does this eliminate varicose veins? Let's be clear. Existing varicose veins don't disappear with cayenne pepper because there is already structural damage. What it can do is help relieve symptoms such as pain, heaviness, and swelling, and help prevent new ones from forming by improving overall circulation. Do you have to take it forever? Think of it as a healthy habit, not a medication with an expiration date. You can use it continuously or in cycles, for example, 3 months on and 1 month off. Listening to your body is always the most important thing. Safety is your priority. Start slowly, observe how you respond, and if you have any doubts, consult a professional. Cayenne pepper is a powerful tool, but it doesn't work alone. Real change comes from a comprehensive approach. I like to say that cayenne is like the team captain. It does a lot, but it needs good teammates. The first is hydration. Blood is largely made up of water. If you don't drink enough, it becomes thicker and circulates less efficiently. Stay well hydrated throughout the day. The second pillar is movement. Your calves act like a second heart. Every step you take helps push blood upward. Walking at least 30 minutes a day is one of the best decisions you can make. You can also do simple ankle exercises while sitting or rise up onto your toes several times a day. The third pillar is an anti-inflammatory diet. In addition to cayenne, include garlic, onions, fatty fish like salmon, leafy green vegetables, berries, turmeric, and a small amount of dark chocolate with a high cocoa content. At the same time, reduce sugars, refined flours, and ultra-processed foods. And don't forget simple habits that make a big difference. Elevate your legs at the end of the day, avoid crossing them when sitting, wear comfortable clothing, and maintain a healthy weight. The combination of these small changes is what creates lasting results. We've traveled an important path together. We identified warning signs in your legs, understood why poor circulation develops, and discovered how a simple food, the red powder, can support your arteries thanks to capsaicin. You learned how to use it, how to protect yourself, and how to integrate it into a lifestyle that supports better circulation. My mission as a physician, and I say this from the heart, is not only to treat disease, but to give you the tools to take an active role in your own health. Knowledge gives you power, and today you have a practical way to begin restoring lightness and well-being to your legs. If this content has been helpful, I warmly invite you to subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, leave a comment, and share this video with someone who may be going through the same thing. Every day we upload a new video designed to support you and help you take better care of yourself. And before we say goodbye, I invite you to take a quiet moment and thank God for life, for your body, and for the opportunity to learn how to care for it better. Gratitude also heals. Here on Dr. Gabriel Mina's channel, we're truly happy to contribute to your health and to the improvement of your habits. Tomorrow a new video will be waiting for you, with clear, practical, and relatable information. You matter here, and you'll always find useful tools to live with greater well-being. See you in the next video.